thanks for being here, and thank you to Julie for the wonderful opportunity to work with BRAC. I'm Karen Nelson, and I was the design director for Spotlight VR. We devoted our efforts to capitalizing on the fun and exciting things that are to do in Baton Rouge at night. And each of us love every aspect of Baton Rouge nightlife, so we're really excited to get started on this trek.
Alright, my name is Alex Mouton. I was the account liaison for Spotlight VR, and we work diligently to promote nightlife with BRAC, and their mission is actually to promote nightlife, or to promote the economy by being an advocate for businesses throughout the 9 parish region of Baton Rouge. Here's an image of all the parishes that they covered. We actually had to do preliminary research before doing the campaign. They've received several awards throughout their time here. They've been here since 2006, and their goal for 2013 is to pursue their goals aggressively and to think big. So their culture is displayed through the Creative Capital Agenda, and their plan is defined by these 6 strategies. They're financed by investors and also a portion of the mayor's budget. The BRAC's Political Action Committee, called Future PAC, is their committee that supports issues and candidates economically. Also, they've played a significant role in attracting IBM to come to the Baton Rouge area. They provided tours for the region to show that Baton Rouge is a great place to live and work. They also supported teacher tenure reform. So both of these initiatives were well received by the community. Pass it over to Ramon for secondary research.
Throughout this process, we also felt that it was important to see the economic outlook of this area, and also to see how BRAC is assisting in the economic outlook of this area. And we found that actually Baton Rouge is actually outpacing both the state and national averages as far as employment rates, just different economic opportunities. The Baton Rouge area is actually booming right now. We saw that even BRAC is having an impact on the area, because in just 2012 alone, BRAC was set to create more than 1,200 jobs in the region. And so we saw that BRAC is also doing what it intends to do, which is to create more jobs and to help this region economically. We also wanted to discover what kind of media coverage BRAC is getting, to see how they're getting their message out there, to see how they're just getting covered in different media outlets. We saw that BRAC has been covered on the news before. We've seen that BRAC has been covered on several websites. We saw also that BRAC has a social media presence. But in our client interview with Julie, we found out that BRAC wants to have an even stronger presence in the media. So we felt that as Spotlight VR, that we could help and assist in that area. So we felt that we can help BRAC to create an even stronger presence than they already have in social media. We also have developed different tactics to help them to reach out and to be covered on radio, on television. And so we just felt that it's important for BRAC's message to really get out to the media and get out to the public.
My name's Bailey Bigler. I was the writing director of the group, and I'm going to go over the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. First, I'm going to start with the strengths, which we all talked about, the creative capital of the South, and how Baton Rouge has so many opportunities, and BRAC needs to take advantage of these opportunities to promote their talent program. They just have so much to promote, innovations, all that. So we good things in Baton Rouge rather than the bad. And of course, the weather conditions. We have hurricanes. You can't control it, but just try to make it more visible that what the good things are happening here. So the problem statement that we came up with with our research is just everything I've been saying, like increase the visibility, because without like positive media attention, you're going to have a negative outlook for the rest of the world.
Okay, Spotlight BR focused on two main audiences, professionals and young adults. Young adults are experiencing new changes in their life. They're leaving college or home, they're buying a new home, or getting married, changing jobs. So this is a very changing time period for them. They are also very internet and media savvy. They go on the internet and search for product reviews. They also use traditional media as well. They use newspapers and direct mail. So I think that if you solely focus on social media, you're also missing a significant portion of the audience. Also, professionals, they're known as the sandwich generation. They're they have a parent age 65 or older, or they have a young child, or they're financially supporting an 18-year-old. So they're sometimes supporting both their parents and their children at the same time. There's a gender gap that exists between the two, between professionals. More women use social media as opposed to men. I'll pass it over to
So a goal in our campaign was just to positively influence attitudes about venues in Baton Rouge for nightlife. We used objectives like we wanted to increase the positive attitudes just about Baton Rouge in general at the beginning to kind of bring people in. And then once we do that, we want to increase awareness of what is going on in Baton Rouge, what activities are going on. There's the varsity that has concerts, there's Live After 5, like kind of if you read Dig Magazine, how they promote certain things on nights. We just wanted people to be aware of what is going on and how cool the things are here. And then also just to increase the attendance of these venues so they can stay running and we can bring more businesses. And our downtown right now, before it was kind of lacking, it was kind of dead a lot, but they've started to build on companies and bring more people there, and when you bring more people there, it brings ability to bring more companies to the downtown area, so it's growing more and more.
Okay, with our communication plan, we focus on 4 things, and they're very simple things, but they're really important. Our first one was be informed. I've grown up in this area my entire life, and I noticed that during this process, it kind of made me feel like a loser a little bit, because I noticed that I didn't really know about the cool nightlife spots around Baton Rouge, and I've grown up in this area my entire life. So that showed me that we need to inform people about these options. There's people that are residents of the Baton Rouge area that don't know, and we're also trying to we're trying to attract people from other areas to come here, so they have to be informed about the nightlife opportunities. Also, there's no point in being informed if you're not going to explore and actually do it. So we found that it's important to promote people to actually explore these nightlife attractions. There's no point in me knowing about this area if I'm not going to go to it. It's just no point to it. Also, we wanted to promote people to find their spot, to make it personal to themselves. There's areas that I may like, and there's areas that maybe Bailey likes that are different from me, but we wanted to make it personal to every person because you have to enjoy nightlife in your own way. And we also, and this kind of went along with our PR agency, Spotlight BR, we wanted you to cast your spotlight on BR. So we wanted you to go to these different places and to enjoy yourself and to enjoy nightlife in Baton Rouge.
Okay, so going off of that, this is the trek that we came up with. We picked these locations because we feel they really capture what Baton Rouge nightlife is all about. They'll attract a wide variety of people's interests, but also they are places that maybe people wouldn't think of initially to go to at night. I know that prior to this trek, I never knew what Quarters was, but they like have it all. There's like bowling, pool, arcade games, like all in one place, and then at night it turns into this bar and lounge, which I thought was like really neat. And so it's kind of cool for us to get out there and for us to cast our spotlight on what we wanted people to go out and enjoy.
Alrighty.
Okay. Also, through this process, to inform our audiences and our public, we knew that we had to have different tactics and deliverables. And we focused on both traditional media and modern media because we know that the modern media is going to reach the younger age range that we have, which is 20 to 35. But you also have to reach our professionals age range, which is from 40 to 55. So our deliverables, our tactics are kind of grouped into an area that reaches the younger age range, the older age range, and then some tactics that bridge the gap basically where it can reach both that younger age group and that older age group. We have a news release and a pitch letter that we plan to send to the Advocate, and basically our news release and both pitch letter, it basically lets everyone know about the partnership between Spotlight VR and BRAC, and it also lets them know about what we're doing with Scavenger. Our pitch letter was written, of course, to get a feature story actually written on different like nightlife attractions and nightlife opportunities there are out there. We wrote a talking points memo that is for Julie actually for a speech that she can deliver in pretty much whatever setting she wants to deliver it in to let people know about what Scavenger is, let people know about what Scavenger does, and then also to just let people also to promote nightlife in the area. We did also a radio advertisement, and this was something that we felt that can reach our younger audience and our older audience because I listen to the radio still. I don't know if y'all listen to the radio. But we felt that it can reach our age range and it can also reach the older adults that we want to reach because many people listen to the radio. That's something that's universal. We did a social media plan and we created it for our Twitter and Instagram, which is definitely specifically for our younger age range because we know that it's more so of the young adults that are involved in Twitter and Instagram. And basically, this allowed us to really stay on message because sometimes when you're just kind of going with the flow and just tweeting on the spur of the moment, you may tweet things that don't go along with our themes and our objectives and everything. So we wanted to create a plan to make sure that we stayed on message throughout our entire campaign. We also did a social media release, which is once again for our young adults, and it's a social media release that focused on nightlife opportunities. We have videos, we have pictures of the different nightlife places that we visited and that we discovered. We have a flyer, and our flyer, once again, I felt personally that this can be something that can reach the younger group and the older group because sometimes when I'm leaving campus, people stick flyers on my car. I don't really like it, but all the time. But it's something that we felt that it can reach a younger age range, and it can also reach our older adults. And we created a postcard also, and this postcard really focused on getting people to download the app, the Scavenger app, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them to download the Scavenger app so that they can participate in our trek and actually see these attractions and see these 8 different locations that we put in our trek.
So Spotlight VR recommends several improvements for the future. Social media, as you know, is such a growing venue. You know, people are starting to advertise there more. So I know that Scavenger application is a new and growing platform that's going first ones to provide treks for people. I suggest to create more incentive for people to do the trek is more rewards. I think that we also didn't do our job in collaborating as well with BRAC because I don't think that the reward necessarily hit both of our target audiences. I think that maybe if we had more rewards, we will reach a wider range of audience. So I'll pass it to Karen to conclude our presentation.
Okay, so key takeaways. It's kind of hard to believe how far we've come in this and that this whole experience is over. I remember when Jensen told us that we were going to be meeting with the client, and I was like, wait, so it's like a real person. Like, it's a real client, it's not fake. So, and now she's sitting in front of me, so it's just really crazy. We learned a lot about effectiveness and efficiency and working together as a group and with BRAC and Julie. We also learned time management. We made deadlines for ourselves within our group that we met regularly, and we also had to keep up with our stuff on top of our school course load. Also, we learned professional proficiency and how to work with the client. We learned to meet expectations of a client. It was just a really cool experience to know what that's like. So we just want to thank Jensen for the learning opportunity, and thank you, Julie,